In today's video, we're going to be testing this battery tester from King Bolin, and in future videos, we're going to be testing this brake fluid tester, although today we're just focusing on the battery tester. This is going to be an interesting test because I do believe this truck needs batteries, in my opinion. I mean, don't get me wrong, this truck will start up, no problem right now, but if you let this thing sit for about a week, then it goes completely flat. This truck does have dual batteries. These are the original ones. You can see that the acid is sitting on top. When you look at this sight glass, you really don't see the fluid like you used to. And one of the things about these lead acid batteries, once they go dead flat on you, they're a little bit compromised. So you might not be able to take it in and get it tested and get a warranty out of it if the battery is under warranty. They'll charge it overnight. It's kind of a little bit of a scam, I guess you could call it. Kind of. I mean, if you take a brand new battery and you start discharging it completely, then that battery becomes compromised. But chances are it wouldn't be warranted. But is that really the battery's fault that it was discharged for some kind of parasitic draw or something like that? So the warranty, for me, I've never really been too successful getting these batteries warranted. Generally what has happened is they just charge it up and say it's good. I know the AGM batteries are a little bit better at being fully discharged. So for those situations, like in my dump trailer and stuff, I'm just running an AGM. It already got discharged once, and they charged it up and said it was good to go. So with the lead acid ones, you really don't want to do that. But this truck, with known history of being dead flat and the age of these batteries, they should test negative. But we're going to be, I guess, putting our battery tester to the test and see if it will pass whatever type of test this thing can do. So I guess we could do them together while they're hooked up right now. They're wired together in parallel, I believe, if I'm saying that correctly. So they're at 12 volts, but with two batteries. And having the dual batteries is why I think I gotten so much life out of these under the conditions. I mean, we're plowing snow and we're really pushing the max on these batteries, and we do a lot of short tripping with the truck, which is not great for batteries, but nonetheless they've lasted. And kind of as they go out, they kind of go out slow. Normally with a single battery it would just be useless at this point, but with the dual batteries I'm getting away with the weaker batteries because they're working together. So let me go ahead and get this thing opened up, and we'll go ahead and test the batteries while they're connected, and then we'll disconnect them from each other and test them independently. Alright, so real quick glance at the instructions from King Bolin. It's telling us to go ahead and connect the battery tester to the battery. There appears to be no actual batteries in this thing. It gets its voltage from the battery in order to test the battery. So it tells you to hook it up. It tells you to select your battery voltage, which is already flashing for you, being that this is a 12 volt battery. The tester, and get the lighting just right here, the tester is already flashing 12 volts for me, which is nice. So let's go ahead and hit OK. Cold cranking amps is asking. My cold cranking amps on this battery is supposed to be what looks like it's supposed to be 750. Keep in mind we're putting two batteries together, so that's 1500 cold cranking amps, I'm guessing, because we have two of them together. Keep that in mind. So I mean, really I should separate them, but I don't want to take the time to do that. So I guess we'll see if this thing can go up to that high. It might stop at like 1,000 because that's normally, but having to press this many times to get it up to that cold cranking amp, I guess it's not that big a deal. It's getting there. 1200, 1400. Where are you at? We got to put at 1500. So this part takes a minute, but not a big deal. It's blinking. Like, what are you doing? Okay, 1500 cold cranking amps. All right. And then what? It says long press the button. Okay, let's see here. So I guess I just press OK. And then what? Do we do our test now? What happens? Is it testing it? Okay, wow, it says poor. That we only have 248 cold cranking amps, and that is between the two batteries. Very interesting. So, as I suspected, these batteries are compromised and they are not creating the cranking amps. And then now it says uh you can cycle through this to see the other results. We're at 11.97 volts. Are you kidding? That's terrible. 11.97 volts here. We got good connection. Holy man, that is horrible. I need to get batteries today. 10, what is this? I don't know what that means. So if you guys know what that means, let me know. Something about resistance, maybe. Poor. It's poor. So, this is pretty enlightening to see that everything's poor. Like it's telling, and this is what I suspected from a battery that's been discharged. Yeah, so we're in bad shape. So my question is this: I go and get 2 new batteries for this truck. Does it actually say that it's going to have 1400 cold cranking amps from the 2 batteries working together? So let's go ahead and start up this truck so that we can hear how it sounds with this poor performance of a battery. And then let's go ahead and maybe test my other truck and then maybe get some new batteries here. Start this girl up. See. It sounded a little slower than it should. I mean, now let's go ahead and see what they're running, what the voltage is, I guess. Let's go back. Long press this to go back. Hit OK. Let's hit 500. Let's just test it with it running and see what happens, I guess. It's saying normal. 14 point. Something's wrong though. So I don't know. When you test it running, you're kind of cheating. So anyway, I guess I got to get some batteries. I'm just going to drive this truck to the auto parts store. That way I can take the batteries out there and just pop them in. Pulling up here to the local O'Reilly's, and I do believe they have Motorcraft batteries. At least last time I looked, they had Motorcraft batteries, which would be nice if we could get that brand. I mean, depends entirely on the availability of the Motorcraft. So here's the O'Reilly's. Let's go up in here, and what I'll do is I'll go in here, I'll pick the batteries, see what they got. If not, if they don't have Motorcraft, then I'll have to get the O'Reilly's brand. It's the same stuff anyway, but just to stay true to the brand, we will try. Look at that long bed F-150. I like that. Wow. Nice truck. So yeah, let's go ahead and see what we can find. So I popped into O'Reilly's and picked up a cart, and now we're gonna go ahead and pull this battery out. I guess we'll start with the passenger side, and we'll go ahead and pull that out. So I'm gonna need 10 milli deep throat. Let's go ahead and get that out. 10 milli deep throat. Now these batteries, they won't switch them for me. They say the Super Duty batteries are too hard for them to do in store for free. So I don't know. I guess that is kind of what it is. They are a little bit more involved. I don't consider them to be particularly difficult, but there definitely is a little bit more. What's this wire? Oh, for the auxiliaries that are installed here. All right. Oh. Guess the world's different, you know. they got to have those precautions in place. But inside of the store, I did find that they had the Motorcraft batteries. They are more money, but they are higher rated than even what I have here. These need to really get cleaned up. Holy smokes. That ain't cool. I should be wearing gloves too. Get some gloves on me. But this girl's almost out of here in probably what, 2-3 minutes. Positive off. Negative off. Come here. Alright, so if this positive touches any metal, I'll be arcing out because that other battery's still hooked up. So there's ground strap freaking goes right above the whole battery, and it's all zip tied up. Why is it zip tied up like that? Goofy. If I have to go in there and get a tool, I'm gonna be so mad, because they said if you need a tool, let us know, and I don't want to be borrowing no tools. And I was thinking, man, can I get this out with just this? What I have, this little kit? Looks like I can, but the way the plow installer who did this did not fuse this plow, and that's something I need to do. So the way that they zippied everything, I'm kind of, I can move this, can work it, flex it. As long as I don't hit no metal there, I should be okay. Literally running hot unless I unhook the other side. So I guess I'll just unhook the other side terminals real quick, so I'm not playing with fire here. Alright, so real quick, gonna unhook the other side. There's our negative. It's wanting to come off with a little wiggle. And then our positive. So we are getting a battery upgrade here. We're getting 850 cold cranking amps instead of the normal 750. But they are Motorcraft. The warranty is way better. But the same rated battery that was on here cost a little less money, $179, and the Motorcrafts are $200 a piece. So it's been a long time since I bought batteries. I don't know how that price is. Does that seem kind of high or whatever? All right, so those are off, and then straps. And the straps are horrendous. They're covered in acid. Horrendous. I mean, and it's eating at the metal too. So, I mean, how disgusting. These straps are pretty gross. And, you know, that's the thing, is I should have really maintained these batteries a lot better. But that being said, I mean, look how many years I got out of these. They probably would have lasted another year if I took care of them. So this one's about to come up, and I don't have the cart over here, so I have to carry it over there, I guess. Whatever. It's heavy. And now this one can come up. Might get up on here. I'm thinking. I don't know. It's heavy. Like, you gotta be able to lift them, and there's nowhere to really grab them. Okay. This wire. There we go. All right, let's get this out of here. And look at that. These batteries look disgusting, but we got a good 5 years out of these things. So let's go ahead and switch them out. And check it out, we got these beautiful new Motorcraft batteries, and I figure why not test them right out of the box. And they are testing good, 879 cold cranking amps, and these are rated at 850, so we're getting quite the upgrade. Now I know I said I would test those other ones individually, but why? They're failing together, so they're definitely going to fail individually. But I don't know, I just didn't feel like going through it because I got a lot to do. But anyway, all this is okay. 12.73. We were under 12 volts with both batteries. But I guess I should have tested it because maybe one battery was dead. Maybe one battery had a bad cell and it was pulling the other battery down. I don't know. But nonetheless, I'm just replacing both anyway. But yeah, this looks to be great. So let me go ahead and get these put in the truck. Alright, so now that the batteries are installed, I went ahead and tested them, connected together, and we have 1184 cold cranking amps. We don't have the 1600, but I didn't sit there and press the button all the way to 1600. That would be, if there was any con to this thing, it would be the fact that you have to you have to press this all the way to get it up to like a 1600. If I hold it, it'll go really fast if I hold it down. So I was tapping it, so I guess that's not really a con to this. If you just hold it down, hold it, it'll just go rapidly through till you get to that 1600, honestly 1700 cold cranking amps, because two of these together. Now you probably lose a lot of that based on the wiring and stuff between the two batteries. I think to get the full amount, you'd have to physically connect to each battery and not through all this wiring and stuff. So that's where I'm losing the cold cranking amps. In order to actually, now it's reading 1200 when I put it all the way to 7. So pretty much the same. But for me to probably get the full 1700, I'd probably have to hook one positive here, one negative there, maybe. But nonetheless, excellent amount of voltage. Everything's good now. Everything's testing. It's kind of nice. Well, I can test a new battery before I even put it in the truck. So let me go ahead and return this cart, and I guess we'll be on our way. All right, let's see how she starts. First, start with the new batteries installed. Sounds good. Sounds normal. All right, so yeah, all in all, very impressed with the King Bolin battery tester. And for the price point, super simple. There's no batteries in this thing. There's, it is a cheap tool. It only costs $30, I think, or something like that. So I'll put a link down below for this. And I am pretty happy with the tool. So thank you, King Bolin, for sending this out. I can confirm that it works good. It tested bad batteries that were known to be, they were still working, they were getting you by, but ticking time bomb. So good tool to have, very affordable. You don't need to spend a ton of money. Definitely would recommend. So thank you. But anyway, that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Over and out.